past few years, there have been loads of changes happening at Merlin theme parks, such as Hyperia, the Gruffalo, and even the Black Mirror Labyrinth. However, did they make the right decisions making these changes, or did they make the wrong decision? Were the original rides better? And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And if you go on to enjoy this video, please subscribe, please. Now the first thing we're going to talk about is Angry Birds Land to Big Easy Boulevard at Thorpe Park. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but you know what I mean. Now Angry Birds Land was located right next to Tidal Wave and Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park. I didn't think it made sense. I don't like Angry Birds Land. And in a way, I think Big Easy Boulevard fits into the theme of Amity way better than Angry Birds did. Because having Amity, then Angry Birds Land, then flipping the jungle made no sense in any way. However, I think Big Easy Boulevard fits into the Amity theme, and that's why it's on the list. And the next thing I'm gonna go over is the beloved ride that we lost 9 years ago. I'm still sad about it, and that is the Bubble Works at Chessington World of Adventures. Now the Bubble Works was a water dark ride, if that's what you call it, and it was themed to a soap factory or bubble factory or fizzy pop factory. It's changed a lot. Now I don't have a problem with the Gruffalo, I just think Bubble Works was way better, and I don't think the Gruffalo has aged particularly well. None of the effects are work anymore. Why is the mouse not spinning? Where's the Gruffalo's eyes? Chessington, pattern up please. Now I'm all about original themes. I'm not the biggest fan of IPs, so for me, no, why did you change it? Or maybe I'm just blinded by nostalgia, who knows. Next time I go to Chessington, I need to go on Gruffalo to see how it's doing, because maybe some of those features have been fixed. I hope so. However, you may see a return of Bubble Works, and I'll explain that in a later video, so stay tuned. Now the next thing on the list is the Forbidden Valley to how it is now. Obviously Nemesis at Alton Towers had a retrack to Nemesis Reborn, and let's be honest, I think it looks way better now, even though the original version was iconic. The new version looks sick. It looks sick. I haven't gone down to riding and seen it in person, but from videos it looks amazing. I can't wait to go again. Obviously the new details that have been introduced are, now there's this gun thing in the queue line. I think the Nemesis entrance looks really cool. The Forbidden Valley entrance looks really cool. Well, I don't even know if it's called the Forbidden Valley anymore. And the music is absolute cinema. I just love the music. I've listened to it on loop. And obviously don't forget the main thing, which is the Nemesis track being retracked. Did I already say that? Editor me, did I say that already? Did I talk about the track already? Yeah, it looks amazing, and I think that was the right decision to make. And I also think this was the right decision to make. I think the vampire soundtrack changing in 2020 was actually the right decision. Now, in my opinion, I prefer the original vampire theme made by Graham Smart. I just think it suited the ride better. However, as a kid, it terrified me. I got nightmares of that soundtrack. However, I think changing it to a new modern type thing was the right thing to do. I think kids are less likely to get scared of it, and I just think it works out better for the younger kids, especially due to the fact that it has really low height requirement to ride. Now something I'm not really sure of is X to Walking Dead. Now the Walking Dead the ride is a really cool ride, and it's really well themed, and it's at Thorpe Park Resort. However, before the Walking Dead there was a similar ride, but it was called X No Way Out, or just X. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, I did not get around to riding X, so let me know your thoughts about X in the comments below, because I really have no idea. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is Wild Asia to the Minecraft world at Chessington World of Adventures. Obviously Chessington's going through a huge transitional phase right now, and that's seeing the removal of Wild Asia, which includes the Temple of Mayhem, Monkey Swinger, and the Dodgems. I think Jungle Bus are just getting rethemed and moved to the Paw Patrol area, so don't worry. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of IPs, I think Wild Asia did need some love, because it was starting to look a little bit dated. I think it's amazing that we're getting a new roller coaster and a new retheme of Cobra, but I just love the original themes, and it's sad to see them go. And if you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments below. Now the final thing at the same park we have is Ramesses Revenge to Croc Drop. Now obviously Ramesses Revenge was a crazy ride, and I don't think it suited Chessington right. It was located in the Forbidden Kingdom, which is where Croc Drop is now standing. Now Croc Drop is an FBS Visa drop tower, and it's very family friendly, and I think that suits the park perfectly. But I always felt that Ramesses Revenge looks kind of out of place, considering Chessington was always a family park. I think in general Croc Drop was the perfect replacement. Shame it's barely spinning though. Chessington, fix that please. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want a part 2, and like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone. Guys, I'd just like to say, if I've forgotten to put any credits down, comment down below and I'll add them to the description. Obviously I'm gonna aim to put them in, but if I forget any, let me know. And make sure to subscribe, or I'll send you for 50 laps of Rattlesnake non-stop, or maybe 50 laps of Saw the Ride. What would you prefer? Okay, bye now.